It's time for some predictions. Yes, that is right. Today we're going to be doing our week 1 stage 2 pick'ems for this week. It's going to be a shorter video today. I am going to be driving cross country over the course of the next 2 or 3 weeks, so uploads might be a little bit less frequent, and that might be a lot closer to this kind of format, a little bit more laid back until I'm back. So yeah, with that being said, let's hop right into this. All right, first up, we're going to be predicting Americas. So let's take a look. Lev, Furia. I think you just have to back Lev here. I mean, Leviathan just coming off of, a London victory. But I do think Furia can do damage. I'm going to say Lev beats Furia 2-1. Sen, Cloud9. Sen, no roster moves. Cloud9 with a few. They recently just dropped no text to bring Vic back in because they weren't doing very well in scrims. And hearing that after a few months of preparation, Cloud9 is still not doing very well in scrims, and they're bringing in a whole new player, I have to back Sentinels on this one. I mean, Sen, a couple months of practice now with this team. Cloud9, obviously no practice really at all with this version of the roster. So yeah, Sen's gonna win. NVEG. Now I'm pretty low on NV. I don't think they're gonna be able to do very much damage this split, but I mean, EG, I'm just so thoroughly unimpressed with. I just feel like they don't have the players to win. I feel like they just always get out firepowered in this matchup, and I think Envy might surprise us this week, and I think Envy's gonna get the win. All right, up next we're talking about Crew and Loud. Crew with a pretty decent stage run performance, and so Loud is happening. Okay, up next we're gonna be doing Crew versus Loud. Crew coming off of a pretty good stage 1 performance overall, despite kind of slumping in the playoffs. Loud coming off, honestly, a decent stage 1 performance as well, considering where expectations were kind of at. Crew taking Silence out of the team and bringing back in Heat. I don't know what Heat's been up to, but I remember Heat being pretty good. And Loud, I'm just pretty low on. Crew's going to win 2-0. Okay, G2 100 Thieves. Now listen, G2 has sort of been slumping. At London, they didn't look very good. And, EWC, I don't take super seriously. I feel like most teams aren't really trying that hard, unless, you finally kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. Well, unless you kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. 100 Thieves are doing really good at EWC. G2 didn't. G2 looked bad at London. I'm going to predict 100 Thieves to win. NRG versus MIBR. NRG are better than MIBR, and I think MIBR are frauds until they prove me otherwise. All right, up next, we're going to be talking about EMEA, who is having a super week this week, so we're going to try to get through this pretty fast. Foot versus Na'Vi. Foot made 5th, 6th at London, and Na'Vi has made a bunch of roster moves, all of which I don't think are actually all that good. Chloric is fine, but he's not great. We've seen Foot be pretty good. Foot wins 2-0. Eternal Fire versus Team Liquid. Eternal Fire making 0 roster moves. Team Liquid making 2. Miniboo has stepped down and Wayne has stepped down. And so they are bringing in Kix and Trex to replace them. Trex, pretty good. He's had some chemistry problems, but I think Trex is good. Kix is a perfectly acceptable player, probably about as good as Wayne is. Overall, has Team Liquid gotten better? Not necessarily, but screw it. They have Nats. I think Team Liquid will win 2-1. Fnatic, Giant X. Fnatic. Giant X just lost one of their best players and their IGL, and Fnatic were pretty good last stage, and they just didn't make it. Fnatic wins 2-0. Mates, Pacific. Pacific is the worst team in EMEA right now, and Gentle Mates did decent at EWC. Gentle Mates. Karmine Core, Eternal Fire. Karmine Core made EWC, and Eternal Fire didn't, but and Karmine Core actually got a win over Paper X at EWC. Once again, I don't take EWC super highly into account, but you still have to kind of think about it. But Karmine Core probably just put all of their prep into the EWC, and they didn't even do that good. So I think Eternal Fire is going to take this one 2-1. Okay, Vitality versus Na'Vi. Who am I kidding? Vitality. Vitality came 4th, and Na'Vi doesn't look very good. This could be upset potential, considering Vitality's maybe a little burnt out right now, and Na'Vi does probably have the players to take this, but yeah, we're going to go Vitality. Mates, Foot. I'm going to take Foot. Foot coming off of a decent bit of rest. Mates just having competed in EWC, so they're not going to have that much rest. So I'm going to take Foot here. Heretics, Liquid. Heretics is probably better than Liquid. But Heretics went to both EWC and London and did very poorly at both. So I'm going to back Team Liquid because Team Liquid is rested, Team Heretics isn't, and Team Heretics hasn't looked very good recently. So I'm going to take Team Liquid. All right, continuing on. Giant X versus Carmine Core. Carmine Core, because I think Giant X might be the worst team in EMEA this stage. No, they'll still be better than Pacific. Vitality BBL. BBL only played one time. EMEA has a 3-week. What the fuck? I did not know that. Okay. Vitality BBL. Vitality 2-1. BBL looks decent at EWC. But they're probably burnt out because of it. So, yeah. Vitality. Lock it in. Alright. Sorry, y'all. I made a slight mistake recording. And so I may have already made all of my picks. But we're going to talk about it again anyway. Gen.G Zeta Division. I think Gen.G, 2 new roster moves. I think Gen.G could probably pull this one out in a 2-1 victory, even though Gen.G is kind of slumping a little bit. I think Zeta is just pretty bad. So I think Gen.G is going to win 2-1. Veryl Secret, probably the 2 worst teams in Pacific right now, but Veryl has Oons MLP, and I just talked about how I think that guy's pretty good. Veryl wins because they have Oons MLP. Nongshim, Full Sense. Now, Full Sense obviously didn't do very good at London, and Nongshim have looked pretty good at EWC. I don't rate EWC super highly. And Full Sense just got Frost back, and they have a little bit of a break. I'm going to back Full Sense here. KRX, DFM. KRX might be frauds, but DFM might be worse frauds. Even though this team has May, DFM can never, ever do anything. So KRX is going to win. They're going to go like 4-1 in the group stage and then be terrible in playoffs like they do every year. What's up next? RRQ Global. Now listen, it makes more sense to back Global here. They did just go to London and all, and they didn't even look that bad at London. But they lost Frost, and I think Frost is what held this team together in the first place. And now that they don't have Frost, Global is going to do pretty poorly. So I'm backing RRQ here. PaperX versus T1. PaperX, I think, is still the best team in the world, and T1 didn't make it to London. And I think T1 will be pretty good, and this could be a close game. But I'm gonna back PaperX here. I think PaperX have it. I think they're still just better. Nongshim Gen.G. Now, I could use my cope of Gen.G have had a long time, like have a break, and they have 2 new players versus Nongshim obviously just competed in a tournament. Which this game isn't even going to be on the same patch of. But I think Nongshim have looked too good, and, you know, like just across the year, Nongshim won a trophy and Gen.G didn't. Nongshim are going to win. And lastly, KRX versus Team Secret. There should be no thought on this one. KRX is going to 2-0 stomp Team Secret, and if anything else happens, KRX should be relegated. All right. That's going to do it for this week of predictions. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, let me know. You know, and I'll keep it up for the weeks that I'm gone. See you guys.